All right, guys, brand new adventure today, and as you can tell, we're on the water. We're gonna go to a spot that I've been wanting to check out for a while, and see what pops up. I know there was a lot of Civil War activity in the area. I don't know if they were on this particular creek or not, but I do know that they were within a mile or so of here. So you never know, they could have come down here and got water for the horses or whatever. There is rain in the forecast, but right now it's blue skies and the sun is shining really bright, but they say that we're supposed to have really bad thunderstorms about 12 or 1 o'clock, but you never know with the weather, man. Also, I just looked down in my boat and I realized that I have a leak. There's water coming in my boat. Thankfully, the paddle back from here to the truck isn't all that far, so if it were to sink, I think I'd be all right, but I'll definitely have to take a look at that when I get back. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's jump right into it, and I'm gonna just kind of walk around and look and see if I see anything with my eyeballs, and then we're going to get into it with the metal detector and see what's here. Be back in a minute. So I'm walking along the edge of the river here, looking for anything really. I'm looking for glass, pottery, brick, anything that kind of stands out that would signify there was a home site or a trash pit or an old bridge or anything that was right here in this particular spot. And even though I'm not seeing any of that, I do see something pretty cool. Anybody know what kind of feather that is? There's another one right there. Oh, look at the little baby catfish. Checking him out. Man, he's a tiny one. You guys see him? His little whiskers up there. Anyways, here's another feather right here. These are eastern turkey feathers. Right here, more than likely, came from up in a tree up here. Turkeys like to roost on a body of water, you know, a creek, a swamp, a river, anything like that. They'll fly up and they'll roost in the top of the trees at night, then they'll fly down into the forest to look for food the next morning. And but that's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. I like the turkey feathers. We'll probably keep those. Let's go back and grab the detector, and we'll start poking along in there and see what we can find under the water. Be back in a minute. Okay guys, so I got my first target, and even though it's not Civil War or colonial related, I do know what it is. It's in my hand, but I have not opened my hand yet to look at the face to see what kind it is. I figure we do that together. Let's take a look. I feel the fishies nibbling at my legs. So I got a really strong 83 signal, and I fought with it a little bit. And as you can tell, the water is really murky. So I would love to do some underwater video with you guys, but I just don't think you're going to be able to see anything because of how murky it is. It did rain last night and it's stirred up the water a little bit, but hopefully we'll be able to get some good stuff on video today. So as you can see right there, I got a watch of some kind, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that and see what kind it is. Look at the back first. It says shockproof, waterproof, stainless steel. I'm thinking it's a Timex. What do you guys think? Let's flip it over and see. Well, it's definitely not waterproof because under the lens is full of water, and it's definitely not ticking. Looks like it says marquee on it under the glass. That's pretty cool, man. That'd be cool if it was gold, but it's not. We'll definitely keep it and throw it in the bag and get back at it, see what else is here. Be back in a minute. All right guys, so I just dug my first Civil War round ball. That is a 69 caliber smooth bore round ball. That's pretty cool, man. Maybe this whole place is just littered in them. You never know. There's a lot of bricks in here. So I'm assuming there was a home site nearby, or there was a little bridge that went across this creek at some point in time. But that's definitely cool, and we will definitely put that in the bag. And next good sealing we come across, will let you guys know. All right, so right here, I got a little squeaker, 69, 70. That could be another bullet, so we'll try to do this. We'll try to do this live, but probably it's not going to work very well because I don't have my my hat camera with me, and from all the rain recently, it's put quite a bit of sand on top of this spot, and so I've got to fan a little bit, and it's really hard to do that with it so murky and everything else. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna shut the camera off, and once I recover it, we'll look at it together. So I'll be right back. All right, turns out that it was just a 2-ounce fishing sinker. That's all it is. Just as easily could have been a bullet. So we'll get back at it and see what else is here. Be back in a minute. All right, so I got a doohickey here. Don't know what it is. It's definitely brass. It's got screw threads on the inside, so I'm assuming that's something more modern. That definitely didn't go to any sort of artillery shell or anything like that. We'll throw it in a bag and get back at it. Be back in a minute. All right, guys, just got another 69 caliber round ball. That's number 2, and a good sign. That means them guys were here and they were dropping stuff in here. Let's keep at it. Maybe there's 5,000 more in here. Man, that would be sweet. Let's get back at it. All right, just got another fishing sinker, a different variant, but all the same. It's still a modern fishing sinker, but it is lead. Lead is always nice. So we'll keep that and get back at it. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm using the AT Max today, and I've got the discrimination cranked up pretty high. I got it all the way up to 30, just because there is a ton of iron in here, and I don't want to hear 90% of it. You know, I'm just kind of cherry picking in here, and only digging really anything about 65 or higher, which I know you really shouldn't do, but I don't have a whole lot of time before it's supposed to rain, so I want to get in as much hunting as I can get in. But I want you guys to just listen to this. Maybe you can hear through my headphones. Well, let me cut my headphones off so you guys can hear this. Okay, there we go. I want you guys to just listen. So right there, sounds like a bullet. Where was that other one at? Right in there. Even though there's a lot of iron in there, there's a squeak in there, and I believe that's a bullet. There's a bullet. Or what sounds like a bullet. There's just so much iron. There's another high squeak. Ooh, that's a 75, 76. There's another 71, 72. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on this and we're going to start digging these targets. And just as soon as we recover them, we'll let you guys know what they are. So be back in a minute. All right, I just dug my first Civil War mini ball. Now, the reason it looks gray like this is because it has not been exposed to oxygen in a while, and it stays underwater, and it loses that white patina, and it gets that gray color on it. Now this bullet here definitely looks kind of rough. Now normally I don't find bullets like this in the water. Now what I mean by like this is, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. When a 3-ringer is cast into a 58 or 69 or what have you. When in certain soil conditions, such as farm fields, where they use a ton of fertilizer, it tends to make the lead disintegrate. So that 58 or that 69 caliber 3-ringer that once was a 1/2 inch in size, the fertilizer has eaten the lead down to where it's basically like a 44 caliber now. So I haven't really ever found one like that in the water, but honestly there's no telling what's flowing down through this water here, or how long this bullet could have been tumbling through these rocks and these bricks in here. So anything could explain that, but we'll definitely take that and put that in the bag, and we'll get back at it. Okay, just dug another 69 caliber round ball. That's pretty cool. That's number 3, I believe. I won't bore you guys to death with, if I keep digging these, I won't keep boring you to death with the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So if we dig any more, unless it's carved or got a hole in it, or it's really interesting looking, I won't show you. So I won't show you any more. We'll just put them on the wrap up at the end of the video, and we'll get back at it, see what else is here. All right guys, I've been fighting with a target here for a few minutes, but I finally got it, and I see the nose of it, and it looks like another Civil War mini ball. Let's take a look at it and see what we got. It's right there. Oh no, it's not a mini ball, it's another fishing sinker. Oh well, I would have swore that was an infield laying there. But we'll definitely take that. That's the, still a different variety than the other 2 we found. But as I always say, lead's lead. And you can take these fishing sinkers, if you don't want to keep them, you can melt them down into lead ingots, and never know what you might need lead for. So we'll keep that. We'll get back at it. All right guys, I think the water is actually clearing quite a bit. I fanned out a little hole down there, and I mean I can see my feet from where I'm standing, so I'm going to try to do another underwater shot here and get the find on the video. Now I'll let you guys listen to it first, and then we'll go under there and take a look. Now I've already looked at it, so I already know what it is, but I want you guys to see it. I have not recovered it yet, so I figured we recover it together. So let's listen to it, and then we'll go under and take a look. $68.72. Let's go in and take a look. You guys ready? Here we go. Two more of those 69 caliber round balls. Maybe there's a cartridge box in here. Man, wouldn't that be sweet. Yeah, the water's definitely clearing up, because I can see the bottom over there, and I can see the bottom back behind me. So maybe it'll clear on up, and might be some bottles in here, you never know. I'm gonna throw these in the bag and get back at it. So this must be a very popular fishing spot. Just got a sinker and the spoon right beside it. And I don't really know what they're getting hung up on in here, because unless it's these bricks, you know, unless they're bottom fishing for catfish and they're getting hung up on these bricks and breaking the line. But yeah man, that's lead and brass. Probably reuse that spoon. We'll throw that in the bag and get back at it. All right, I got a signal here in my hand. I have no idea what it is. I don't even see it yet, but it's making the pinpointer go off, so I thought we'd recover it together. You guys see it? See anything? I don't see anything. Can I close my hand and kind of sift the sand out between my fingers? Oh, I do see it. It's right there. It's another fishing sinker. Man, if these are anything like mini balls, I'd have a bunch. I probably dug 25 or 30 fishing sinkers in here. No, probably not that many. Maybe a dozen. Probably dug a dozen. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay here. I am digging the occasional round ball. I think I've dug about a half a dozen, maybe a little few more. I'm not really sure. But I'm digging a ton of fishing sinkers. I mean, there's just lead everywhere in here. So I'm going to stay in here for, I'm going to say, another 45 minutes or so. My hands are starting to shrivel up. So give it another 45 minutes, see if anything else is here. I was kind of hoping for a coin or a flat button or a cartridge box or a pot of buried treasure and silver and gold coins, but you know, you always got a wish. But yeah, man, we're gonna get about 45 more minutes and then we're gonna head on back to the vehicle and see what else we can get into today. So y'all hang tight, we'll be right back. Right, finally something different here. So I got it in my hand. I have not pulled it out, but I do know what it is. Let's take a look at it. Right here. Now, do any of you guys know what this is? I'll get a good side picture of it. That thing has been here a long time. It's nice and shiny. Anybody want to take a guess? Some of you might already know. Now, I can't remember the device, and I might be wrong, but I'm in the ballpark range of what this is. Now, I believe that this went between a reins guide. So, back in the day, when they used horses and mules, on the wooden piece, you know, that went between the two oxes or the two mules or the two horses or whatever, there was a eyelet bolt. Sometimes it was brass, sometimes it was iron, and it screwed right down in the middle of the wood. The reins went through the rein guide and then out to the animals. This attached in the center of the rein guide. I don't really know the purpose of it, but I've found these before in Civil War sites. I found these before in colonial sites, and I was always told that this was the flapper that went in the center of a reins guide. So I'm gonna guess, judging by the thinness of that, the color of that, and how long it looks like it's been here, I'd say that's well over 100 years old. So that's definitely cool. We'll definitely keep that. And because I just found that, that means I'm probably gonna be here another 45 minutes on top of the 45 minutes that I just told you I was only gonna be here. So let's get back at it, see what else is here. All right, guys, I think we're gonna be here a while. Just dug my first flat button out of here. Have not looked at the face, thought we'd do that together. Let's take a look at it. So it's just a plain flat-faced flat button. So this has a back mark on it, so I would probably date this to around 1830s to around 1860-ish, somewhere in there. We'll get that home, maybe we can get a name off of it. I doubt it, but you never know. We'll let it dry out and see what it looks like. That's a good find, man. If this is in here and the round balls are in here and the little flapper to the reins guide is in here, there's a good chance there's some coins in here. I did dig a coin a while ago, but it was a penny, like a modern stinking Lincoln penny. So didn't get that on video. But yeah, man, pretty excited about that. And we'll get back at it and see what else is here. I thought this was pretty cool. I'll get over here in the light so you guys can see. This is a homemade, looks like a homemade sinker. Looks like an ingot of lead that they whacked the top off of. And I'm not sure how they affixed it to the line. I mean, it's got a groove cut in it, you know, basically all the way around. So I don't know if maybe they wound the line around this and threw it in the water, or it may have had it an iron hook in it at one time. But that's definitely neat. We'll definitely keep that because that's homemade, and get back at it. All right, guys, I just dug another homemade sinker here. See, it's a piece of lead that they whacked off the top of and put a hole through for the line. But I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay here now, even though I'm hearing signals everywhere. I've worked a little further down the creek, and it is just full of good signals from 75 to 85, and I'm digging every one that I come across, and I'm trying my best not to leave, but I hear thunder rolling off in the distance, and I don't want to get stuck here with a leaky boat and a thunderstorm. Well, just dug an old lock. Man, it was screaming 84. I just knew it was going to be a copper coin or a silver coin, but it wasn't. It's a lock. It says Slaymaker on it. I'm not sure the age of that. Doesn't look too terribly old. It's at least within the last 100 years or so. We'll definitely throw that in the bag and make our way back to the boat. Alright, so I'm getting into a spot here where the bottom is a very hard clay. So anything that's here is just going to be sitting on this bottom right here. I just found this sweet axe head. It still has, looks like it still has part of the wooden handle in it. So we'll probably carry that out, because I'm always keeping axe heads. Never know when you might need one. I've actually reused a couple that I've dug. So I'm going to sit it right over here on the bank for now, and we'll get it on the way out. Get back at it, see what else is here. And also, the water seems to be clearing up. So if it gets to a point to where I think we can do some underwater shots, we'll do that. But if not, we'll just have to keep doing it like we're doing it. So we'll be back in a minute, guys. All right, guys, I just dug this, and I think this is a window weight that somebody has used as some sort of either a boat sinker or a I don't know, maybe like a trot line sinker or something to that effect. You can see they got some brass or copper wire run through this thing in several places, so I would assume that's what they were using that for. But back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean within probably the last 120 years or so, I can't remember when they stopped actually putting window weights in houses. You would have on, I believe now, I think I'm right, because I had one of these in one of the houses that I lived in. You would have a weight on either side of each window, hidden behind the casing. You know, there would have been a channel that would have ran up to a pulley. There would have been a rope tied to the top of this weight, and it would have gone around that pulley and down to the window. So when they opened up the window, the weight would go down and it would hold the window open. And then when they closed the window, the weight would go back up and they could lock it. But it was basically just to keep the windows open and to assist opening the heavy paned windows back in the day. So that's pretty neat. I'm gonna set that over there with the axe, and I will, if I can remember it, we'll grab it on the way out. So let's get back to it. We're almost back to the boat. It is right there. So once we get back, we're gonna go ahead and pack on out of here. Be back in a minute. All right, guys, so I have made it back to the boat, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the wrap up. And even though the thunderstorm has gone past us, I didn't bring anything to drink, so I'm pretty thirsty, and I'd like to go into the house and get some liquid in me. So we'll flip you guys around, show you what we found. I had a pretty good day as far as sinkers go. If modern sinkers were as collectible as colonial and Civil War relics, we'd be doing pretty good. So let's take a look at what we got. So got a fishing lure here, a couple of modern sinkers here. I ended up with 11, I think it was 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 69 caliber round balls. That was pretty good. I'm sure there's more in there, and I'll definitely be back, but I want to wait until the water clears up a little bit. A couple more modern sinkers all in here, as you can see. I got a spoon or two. I think there's 3 or 4 of those. This is that Rains Guide flapper. They got the pocket watch. I ended up finding 3 Civil War mini balls in there. That was pretty neat. There's one of the homemade sinkers. There's another one of the homemade sinkers. Nice flat button, all by its lonesome. A modern penny. Got the marquee watch. It looks like a bubble level on a level you'd use to put on wood. Man, that thing is full of water. Got the lock, the Slaymaker lock. Actually dug the top off of a secondary lock. This does not go to that. It's much too big for that one. So that was interesting. Got the Zippo lighter. There's another spoon and a bunch of just a bunch of modern sinkers. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw all that in the hole, and we're gonna pack up everything and go ahead and get on out of here. So you know what I'm getting ready to say. I appreciate you guys for coming along with me, and if you like my channel, please click the little Swamp Critter logo in the corner down there, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. We'll see y'all on the next one.